Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
Okay, everybody knows that. What'd you say?
I said big news, and of course, big shocker.
Yes, here's a shocker. Before we get into the shocker, everybody knows I love doing casts. Scott, everybody, I do it a lot. I don't treat it as a competition. Someone's, I guess, keeping a scorecard named DF. Not going to mention their name, but the person has been coming at me as of late. And of course, he's had stuff, dirty laundry in his skeletons in his closet where he's deleted people,
or made private
comments that he didn't agree with, and he's treated subscribers unfairly. When he called me out for losing a subscriber in his rants and raves and nonsense. And he's been coming at me, calling me a pigeon, hit me with different things. And mysteriously, all my videos lately are getting flagged. Stupid ones, too. Like, we just had the horror cast got flagged seconds after I uploaded it about American Horror Story Radioactive season type, possibly. Anyway, so besides that, the reason why this is relevant is that we have said over the years with the Whovians cast about we've been sticking up to Christopher Eccleston. We've been saying that he's been done dirty.
Yes, very done dirty.
BBC, Russell T. Davis, possibly. Even though we love Russell T. Davis, we've said this over and again, and then this DF of fake news nonsense just never wants to give credit where credit's due, and he also wants to rip us off of topics we talk about for his own thing afterwards.
Which comes about, what, 10 to 20 casts later?
Yeah, we do a lot of casts. But anyway, so now it's, and recently DF has said to his fans,
Professor Ability. Let's just say Professor.
Yeah, don't blame, there's some people out there that are blaming Russell T. Davis or insinuating Russell T. Davis is not the cause of Christopher Eccleston leaving. It's the BBC, so they should really listen. We've been doing this for a long time. Even before he made videos, I've been doing videos for a long time. So I was here first. And I'll be here last. But anyway, I am going to say that it turns out the DF was wrong, again as usual. And we're right, again as usual. So let's just talk about this. And yes, I'm going to read the news from the thing like he does, but only I'm going to give it a little more character. Christopher Eccleston is speaking more openly about the more than ever before, about the behind-the-scenes falling out that led to his departure with Doctor Who. The Ninth Doctor actor has always been vague about the reasoning for leaving the BBC science fiction show in one single season. There was rumors about disharmony on set and disagreements between Eccleston and showrunner Russell T. Davis. Eccleston has finally acknowledged that he did have a falling out with Davis and other members of the staff in Radio Times interview, and admitted that both sides lost faith in their ability to continue to working together. Now, I'm going to continue right now in a second, but we said this for years.
And you can watch the episodes and start seeing where.
And again, this is not made up.
Slowly starting in.
We know some people on set. We know some people that still communicate with us. I heard about this. I knew the exact thing that was going on. We reported this for years. And finally, it's coming out to be true. So he says, my relationship with my three immediate supervisors, the showrunner, the producer, and the co-producer, broke down where it couldn't be repaired during my first block of filming, and it never recovered, he said. Whoa. They lost trust in me, and I lost faith and trust and belief in them. He later acknowledged some of my anger about the situation came from my own insecurity. They employed somebody as the doctor who was not a natural light comedian. Billy Piper, who we know was brilliant, was very, very nervous and very, very inexperienced. So you had that, and then you had me, very, very experienced, possibly the most experienced on it, but out of my comfort zone. The experience was apparently so stressful that Eccleston believes that he will never have a working relationship again with Russell T. Davis, which whom he collaborated on a biblical drama series, The Second Coming, before making Doctor Who. Eccleston also comes clean to the Radio Times about why he refused to speak about Doctor Who in interviews until recently, disclosing that he had made a promise to Davis that he wouldn't do anything to damage the show when he left. But they did things to damage me. I didn't criticize anybody, he argued. Last week, Eccleston suggested that his departure from Doctor Who after the first series nearly derailed his entire career. I gave them a hit show and they left. I left with dignity, and then they put me on the blacklist, he alleged. I was carrying on my own insecurities as it was something that I've never done before, and then I was abandoned. And the tabloid press blacklisted him. I was told by my agent at the time the BBC regime is against you. You're going to have to get out of the country and wait for regime change. Eccleston has since, it says that he has since gone back to work with the BBC on a critically acclaimed drama series, The A Word, and they tried to reach out to Russell T. Davis, spokesperson and a representative for the BBC, and there is no comment as of late. No comment yet.
Whoa.
I'm sure there's going to be a comment.
Yeah.
But I think that Russell T. Davis is going to be a gentleman, and he's going to try to basically say how great Christopher Eccleston is. Yeah. Sorry he had a wrong, bad thing, whatever, and he's just going to play it off like that. I don't think he's going to go into details.
No, Davis will not. He will try.
See, here's the thing. I love Russell T. Davis. I think he's fantastic. I also love Christopher Eccleston, but I do believe
he was done dirty.
From what we heard on set that listen, people are not perfect. You know, Russell T. Davis. Who knows what he does personally? Maybe even Christopher Eccleston was a jerk too. We don't know. Maybe they both were, and they just couldn't work together. But you know what? In a sense, he was done dirty because even Moffat, they all just did stuff where they made it like he hated Doctor Who and everything. It was all bullshit. Okay, so we said it was bullshit. And again, I want everybody in the YouTube community to understand, especially my longtime subscribers. I love doing casts on Doctor Who. That's what started this channel. Now, someone was making a big stink about, I may end the Real Whovians cast. First of all, if the Real Whovians cast ended, that doesn't mean that Matrixlord212 channel would end.
No, you guys.
I've said this numerous times. If the Real Whovians cast ended, Matrixlord212 channel will continue, and it would always continue. Even if I did decide to end one podcast, which is my favorite one, mind you, but we created the Everything Show. I created the Everything Show for a reason, and that is so that way the channel would survive beyond the Real Whovians cast. I've also done things with my channel to survive, even if I decided to not do that many casts anymore, even with the video gaming and different things. So I'm constantly.
I was about to say that you're diversifying yourself. Exactly,
and I'm basically doing so much with the channel where different things happen, and it's always going to be around. Okay, I love doing casts, and that's going to continue. I like playing video games. That's going to be more than ever. And I may do some single videos from time to time, which I miss doing too. But just know that if any one cast would stop, and if I did decide to do it, the show goes on, and Matrixlord212 goes on, and we have many casts. I mean, we may not do the walking cast that much anymore lately. That's only because a lot of people are not into it anymore. But that's not completely done. And Topic Wonders is almost done. That's not done either because there was demand for it. People do like it. And you know what? My bad for thinking that they didn't like it. Because if you look at the numbers, they did like it. So the only thing is, of all the casts, I don't like to talk about real life topics sometimes because it gets too crazy, you know?
Yeah.
That's why but that's on me, not on the actual numbers it's generating. But I try to give everybody nice fill of news, different types of stories, different types of genres, whether it be video games, it'll be comics, it'll be Doctor Who, it'll be movies, it'll be horror, real life topics, a freestyle cast where we just talk about, sometimes we're just relaxed. We don't have to talk about any one different thing.
Yep.
Anything, there's been all these different types of casts we've done over the years, different titles, even sometimes based on comic books like Spider Cast, maybe Spider Cast, all these different things. And one thing is constant is that the channel goes on. So when we had a hater that said, "Oh, you promised to end the Real Whovians cast," there's one thing about the Real Whovians cast, there's another thing about the YouTube channel, Matrixlord212, and never said I was going to end the channel if I ended the Real Whovians cast, ever. So
the only time it would end is if Doctor Who had gone off the air.
Right. If Doctor Who was canceled, and even if it was canceled, we'd probably be around for a little bit as the Real Whovians cast, and then it may end too if Doctor Who ends. If. So, for all the haters out there that want me gone, not going. For all the people that are flagging the crap out of or reporting my videos to YouTube because I'm playing Pac-Man or Galaga, or give me a break.
Family friendly.
You know what? YouTube is more than enough room for everybody, and I've expanded beyond YouTube also, and into Twitch, into Daily Motion, different things. Nobody needs to be king, although some people want to be. The only king that I know of is King Scribe, but other than that, if there was another king, nobody needs to have that title. And I'm not bragging.
The only thing I know is God and Elvis Presley. Those are the only two kings.
No, but I'm talking Doctor Who wise. But anyway,
I know.
as far as views go, we have more views by far than DF every month. Beyond belief. He has 35,000. We have like 80 or 90,000. Yeah, if he has 35,000, we'll have like 90,000. And you can make the argument, "Oh, you make more videos." Doesn't matter. He has, even if he had more subscribers, doesn't matter, because they could be bots, they could be fake things anyway. They're not watching him, obviously, because if they were, then he'd be probably making a nice piece of change every month, which that's doubtful. And the fact that you should have more subscribers than that anyway. But again, someone just really concerned about competition, and I keep saying it over and over and over again.
The only
competition
is yourself.
I'm not competing, but if I was, it would be over completely, because the way my mindset is, and everybody knows it, when I put my mind to it, I accomplish it. If I want to put a book out, I do a book. If I want to do 10 books in 2 years, I do 10 books in 2 years. If I want to put out 25 videos in a day, I do. If I want to put out 100 videos in 3 days, I do. It happens. So if I did want to compete, and I did take it seriously, where that was like my main thing, and if I just didn't want to do a book just to focus on this, just to prove a point, it would be over embarrassingly fast. Embarrassingly. So it's not a competition, and I'm not having an ego, and I'm not, but I'm telling you, if it was, and then I would eat it up alive and make, just as for spite, show up a little bit. Not because I have an ego, but because I deserve to after that nonsense. But anyway, let's just enjoy Doctor Who, please. And let's stop starting stuff because you want to make extra money for the month quota. Okay? When you're not making enough money, you mention Matrixlord, and it's boom.
Yeah.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, here's the green. So, God bless you. Whatever you do. You want to come at me? You need a little extra money? God bless you.
Bless your heart.
But you know what? Karma's a bitch. There you go. So I'm just saying, you know what? Don't go down that path. Just have fun with Doctor Who, and have fun with your show, and just, you do your thing, I do my thing. You know, don't be petty every friggin' the last 5 seconds of your video, 10 seconds of your video, with your little scorecard. I mean, I hope you feel better about yourself. That you're like, this one has got this thing, and this one has got this thing. please, please, please. I almost pissed myself when I saw that. Just like when he had the speech with the Echo. But when I respond, it's not pleasant. And if I actually had time to respond properly with a nice comedic video, really nice, showing different things, you wouldn't like it. So you get my 1% response for now. But anyway, Doctor Who, Christopher Eccleston, loved his doctor. Done dirty. Moffat done dirty him. Why? Yeah. Because he's connected with Russell T Davies, but then he took it one step further by making him the one that pushes the button to kill billions of people on Gallifrey, and retconning Russell T Davies' whole thing that he just regenerated, which he already tried to retcon something else that Russell T Davies is. And regardless, here's the one thing, though, that separates Russell T Davies. Even if Russell T Davies was mad at Christopher Eccleston, if you retcon his Who, he goes all over you, flipping out. He don't tolerate that. Don't change his shit, because from his time period with his doctor, because he'll let you have it. So that's a different thing. It's one thing where, but another thing entirely when you're destroying his own work. So, again, I love Russell T Davies. I love Christopher Eccleston. They didn't get along. Okay, move on. Now, Christopher Eccleston, I'm glad he's speaking about this.
We're now just waiting word from the Davies.
I'm glad that BBC's working with him again.
Yeah.
But hopefully, Chris Chibnall, I hope you're listening. I hope that this opens the doors for you, Chris Chibnall, to welcome Christopher Eccleston to a multi-doctor story. And if you did have one in mind, give him the respect, be the better showrunner, let him in. Let him in. That's all I got to say.
Come back, prove his worth in salt. So,
if I was a showrunner, and I know that he went through that bad experience, not to knock the other showrunners, but I would have him on in 5 seconds. In fact, if I didn't have any plans to do a multi-doctor story, I would purposely do one just to show good faith.
Or just an adventure, like this is a Lost
Adventure. Just for the fans.
This is a Lost Adventure, which took place either before Rose or...
No, you can't. That's the whole thing. There's not really that many before. He just regenerated, remember?
Okay. Then I'd do one to where just before he picked up Rose, that ending scene where he...
No, it could be... No. It would have to... No, it has to be our doctor. It has to be... there's times he dropped Rose Tyler off to go concert or something. So it could be that. Like, during the first season, we would see that doctor. Not... because then you take away, you don't even know what kind of doctor he is. He didn't really have that much time without Rose. He just regenerated and boom, he's on Earth, distracting himself with the autons and the nesting consciousness, and that's it. And then you'll see little things of him here and there and here and there. Maybe when he dropped Earth for a concert, he went to the Titanic, or he went to the thing, or he went to there. But but anyway, so look, and nobody who's a Whovian should want another Whovian show to end. Even if you don't agree with them. Because it isn't about the person. It's about the show. Yeah. It's about Doctor Who. So, in my opinion, I want as many shows about Doctor Who. Even if I don't like the people, even if they're enemies, they have a right to exist to talk about Doctor Who. But not a competition. There shouldn't be a competition. Really. We're not children. This is stupid. And we respond that it's stupid, but at the end of the day, someone keeping a scorecard has got to be the biggest loser in existence. Honestly. Biggest loser. A dumb F. But whatever. All right. On that note, there's no news really with Doctor. I know Jodie Whittaker was bowling. That's nice.
Yes.
That'll be cool. Oh, well, that's a report. So thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.